Hello and welcome to my channel, The Day Tradester. This is a channel where I record my daily trading activities, so you might be inspired to either enter the markets or to become possibly profitable with some of the trades that I'm making. You might want to copy them. Now, today's video is a little bit shorter than normal. I went through my sales list, but we didn't go through the buy list because tomorrow is a non-farm payrolls report, and I just didn't want to have all of my money in case it was a disappointing report. All right, if you could help me get recognized by the YouTube algorithm, and please click that like, share, and subscribe buttons. What a move we've had today. We have nearly made everything back from this fall from last Friday's opening. And every time we have a fall like this, or like this, or like this, the experts and the talking heads on CNBC and other stations all come out to talk about, to say that this is it. This is when the market is finally turning around. Prepare for a longer downturn. But lo and behold, what happens? The market picks right back up like it did here, like it did here, and like it's done for the last 3 days. Now, with that said, we have a big day tomorrow. We have non-farm payrolls being released at 8:30 tomorrow morning. And once that information comes out, if it's bad, we can have a day looking like this. If it's green or if it's good news, we can have a day look like this. Non-farm payrolls news, that's big news that can and usually makes big moves for the markets for that day or the next day or even 3 or 4 days later. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that I don't make any predictions ahead of any type of big news that's coming out. I typically don't trade on news. I wait until the market reacts and then I trade accordingly. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at our triggers, our alerts that were sent for possible sells. Now, I am going to be a little surprised if all of these stocks that did hit their sell triggers actually turned around, because those sell triggers would have been hit this morning, possibly when we had price opening up lower, but it's been moving up all day. So it's quite possible that some of these stocks we won't be able to buy because price reversed on us for the day. And the first stock we're going to look at is Edwards, which is EW, which is Edwards Life Sciences. We currently have 8 shares where we have all of our books full with 2 shares each. We had price move yesterday below our fast moving average. We do have a price continuation down. So we're looking to sell 1 book. That's 2 shares. And we are currently sitting at 80.75, which currently is lower than my purchase price of 81.73 for 6 remaining shares. So we will be setting a sell order for 2 shares. Coming into our watch list, sell, we're looking to sell 2 shares of Edwards Life Sciences. Now, I purchased those shares, as I said, at $81.73. We'll take 10% from the tens place, which is 8 cents. So we'll add 8 cents to our 73. So our sell price is 81.81. It's going to be 81.81. 81.81. Delete that. Good till cancel. Extended hours. Confirm and send. All right. Next stock we're going to look at is LNG. LNG is Cheniere Energy, natural gas supplier. Friday, we had price move below our fast moving average. And then we had a continuation today. So we are looking to sell 1 share of LNG because I have 4 books currently at 1 share each. So we're looking to sell 1 share. Our purchase price is $240.98. However, we're looking at $235. So we're going to set another sell order. Come in here to our watch list. We're looking to sell 1 share. We bought LNG at $240.98. So we're going to go to the hundreds place, take 10% of the 200, which is 20 cents, and we'll add 20 cents to the 98. So that's going to be $241.18 is our sell order price. 241.18. Good Good till cancel, extended hours. And before we move on to the next stock, that will just want to let you know that's going to be the last sell order that I place actually in video. All of the sell orders from here on out will be placed off video. And I do that because I believe it's more important to show you my process on why I'm either selling or buying a particular stock. And I don't want to waste time with sell orders. So the next stock we're looking at is SoFi. It's an online bank. And as you can see, we had price move down 2 days ago. It crossed our fast moving average. However, when we came in and we looked at our price yesterday, at the time that we looked, the price was actually higher than our opening price yesterday. So that was not considered a true continuation. So we did not sell. And now we have a complete price reversal and it's crossed back over the fast moving average. So we will not be selling SoFi. Okay, we have 4 more stocks that hit our sell triggers. Next one is U for Unity Software. All right, so we just sold 3M off of our day trading. All right, and with Unity Software, 2 days ago, we had price open lower than our fast moving average, but we did not sell. Number one, it was the day that it crossed. However, price was also moving back up. Yesterday, we did have price move back down below the fast moving average. And now today we have a reversal of price headed back up. So we will not be doing anything with Unity. So we'll take a look at Uber. And we have, not only do we have price crossing the fast moving average several days ago, we also had it cross 2 days ago below the slow moving average. However, yesterday we did not have a continuation of price moving lower than our slow moving average. And even today, we do not have a true continuation. Price currently is higher than the opening price of yesterday. So we will not be selling Uber. We'll just take a look at this again tomorrow. So Yum Food Brands. Here we clearly are in a downward trend. I currently have 4 shares. We do have 2 shares sitting in sell orders already. However, when we have the fast moving average cross below our slow moving average, which we had late yesterday afternoon, and we have a continuation down of the fast moving average crossing the slow moving average, that's when I like to put everything up for sell. So we're going to set sell orders for the last 2 shares of Yum Food Brands, which are purchased at a much higher price than the current price now. So I'll do that off video. And there we've got our sell order in place. The last one that we got a possible sell alert for is Northrop Grumman, which is in OC. And here we not only have price move down below both fast and slow moving averages, we do have a continuation of that price action moving down. And we also have about to cross, maybe today or tomorrow, Northrop Grumman fast moving average going down below our slow moving average. Now I currently have 2 shares of Northrop Grumman. I had 4 all the way back here when we went to earnings, and I sold 2 prior to earnings just in case price went the opposite direction, but it went up. So we've made money on our Northrop Grumman, and we purchased that share of Northrop Grumman at $543.36. So we are going to set a sell order for 1 share of our Northrop Grumman. We currently have the second share already sitting in a sell order, and we'll see if it sells at $578.14. And it did. So we $578.14 with a stock that we purchased at $543. We'll just round that up to a $35 profit on that share of Northrop Grumman. Okay, now that is all the stocks that were hitting our sell triggers for today. We'll go ahead and look at yesterday's sell alerts that we didn't do anything with. And we're looking for the first one is an ETF indexed to the S&P 500. This is a triple leverage for the S&P 500. And you can clearly see that price has reversed from the cross 2 days ago. So we'll move on to Sherwin-Williams, SHW. Same thing. We had price reversed from the move down 2 days ago. So we'll look at PayPal. All right, we had a cross, but price moved back up 2 days ago. Then we had price open back up below the fast moving average yesterday, but price moved back up. And then we had price open higher than both of these candles and above the fast moving average. However, all day long, it's been going down. Now we currently have 4 shares in PayPal, and they currently already have a sell order on them. So we're going to cross that one off our list, so we won't look at that again. And we'll look at the last one from yesterday that we received an alert on, but we didn't sell, and that's Marriott. So here was our alert, same as the previous 2 stocks. But we had price yesterday move back up, reverse from this downward price opening, and we have it still in a reversal in an upward trend. So we're going to mark that one off of our list as well. So we won't look at that one again. So tomorrow we'll be looking at Sherwin-Williams and the SPXL ETF, and then today's triggers, SoFi, Unity, and Uber. We do have one more stock to sell, or at least take a look at, because it's going to earnings this afternoon, and it is Broadcom, AVGO. So I currently only have 10 shares, and I like to have 10 shares per book. So when I'm maxed out in Broadcom, I'll have 40 shares. I am not maxed out. I only have 1 book. And since we're going to earnings, I want to delete this sell order just in case price goes up and moves in the direction that we want it to go. I would rather err on the side of long as opposed to it going down. If it does go down, well, we'll just hold on to Broadcom until it turns back around, and eventually we'll capture that those profits when we sell that later, if indeed it does go down. Broadcom is a semiconductor stock, right up there with NVIDIA and AMD. They've had a nice run for the previous 3 months, or the last 3 months. And hopefully they'll capture it with some great earnings statements this afternoon. They are reporting their earnings at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so we'll find out then. All right, now with those sales, I currently have $6,109.78, and we do have a few stocks that did hit buy alerts. So with all of our sell orders taken a look at and acted upon, we are done doing our trades for the day. I will not be purchasing any stocks, even though we do have some that did send some. We did receive some purchase alerts or some buy alerts, but I am going to be cautious, and we're going to plan and prepare for tomorrow's news report to possibly be bad. If we get a bad jobs report, stock market's going to take a dive tomorrow. I'll have $6,000 roughly to pull it into some other stocks when we bottom out. Maybe it'll bottom out tomorrow. Maybe it'll bottom out on Friday, which is tomorrow. It's a short week this week. I was thinking today was Wednesday. But at any rate, instead of it bottoming out either this week, it might bottom out next week. And that's all dependent on the news tomorrow if it's bad. If it's really bad, it'll move on into next week possibly. But if it's good, then at least we'll be able to buy back in with, well, now we're down to $5,800. I just bought, used a little over $300 to make a day trade to buy a stock that I'm day trading. But at any rate, I am done for the day in this particular swing trading strategy. And we're back here checking end of day activity on the S&P 500, and what a day. Not only did we go green all day, but we were only $6 away from an all-time high, but today is an all-time high close. The close of the day at $6,502 bested this close, which was at $6,501. So we closed 20 cents higher than we did last Thursday, creating an all-new high close. Baby, don't call it a comeback, but it was a heck of a comeback today. This is a perfect example, along with this example, and along with, this wasn't so much of a drop, but both of these are perfect examples of why you don't sell out of fear, and you don't put a great deal of stock into the expert talking heads. You'll find as a trader, whether you've been in it for a while or you're new, that the talking heads in large part are far more incorrect than they are correct. Now, even though we did sell out of a few stocks back here as price went down, and maybe even yesterday, and certainly some today, like Northrop Grumman. Let's take a look at Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman is NOC. We sold, and it continued to go down. At least it closed lower than the close yesterday. So we'll go back to our S&P 500 SPX chart. There certainly were some of the stocks that we sold 2 days ago on Tuesday that we probably could have purchased today. But again, I chose not to make any purchases today because we have now $4,300. And if tomorrow's news for the non-farm payrolls is disappointing, then it'll just turn right back around tomorrow. But we'll see in the morning. So now we're going to take a look at our results for trading today. So today we made $246.29. I believe the Northrop Grumman sale that we made was roughly $30. So $216 of this is all for my day trading activities. Now, our portfolio performance to date in our new account, we're looking at 0.20% better performance than the S&P 500. And then if we total these with the previous account's total performance, then we would be looking at 17.14% performance in our combined accounts. And we would be looking at 11.18% for the S&P 500 year to date. And that would be a total just under 6% performance that we are better than the S&P 500. So just shy of 6% better than the S&P 500. So we'll close these out. All right, that was short, sweet, and to the point. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Thursday afternoon.